Welcome to EduTalk, initiative by Edunier. I'm Jensha. I'll be your host for today. We are a community of teachers, professors, and faculty connected to education, created with a purpose to forward the cause, empowering educators. For more details, you can visit our website www.edunierconnect.com or you can join our Facebook community. This month, we are focused on brand building for educators. And this is third week of the series where we'll be focusing on social media. So we will have with us Ashwini. She is going to be a trainer today. Ashwini Desai has over 12 years of experience in the digital marketing industry. Her journey started from corporate to building her own agency with clients in India, UK, and US. She has trained more than 6,000 students across 33 different industries, which includes brands like Upgrade, Limbs to Buy, Times Pro, IES, MCRC, and many more. She has also done corporate trainings with companies like L'Oreal, LIC, and many more. So welcome, Ashwini. Thank you for giving your time and expertise to this group. We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much, Jane, for the kind introduction. I'd be happy to be a part of this community in future as well.
Yes,
looking forward.
Yes, I think this is a very interesting topic, and I'm sure it's going to be quite useful to all the community members. So let me start by asking you something about, your experience, because you have a training background, and how has social media helped you in life?
Okay, so I've been a trainer from last 10 years. This is my 11th year right now. So I train digital marketing. So when I was in my corporate world itself, that time weekends and everything I used to train. So how did all these opportunities started coming to me was purely through social media. I was very active in LinkedIn those days as well. And LinkedIn was quite new, 10 to 12 years back in terms of, finding trainers itself, etc. So that really helped me to ensure that I get a lot of training opportunities via that platform. And today I'm 11,000 plus strong. Not like a great number to be on LinkedIn, but definitely 11,000 is a decent number. But definitely 33 institutes I've trained, 30 have come from there itself. All I did was ensure the profile is set properly, ensure I'm at least active thrice a week. So that's an average. I try to be active. Active always does not mean that I have to produce a lot of content. So we will discuss that going forward, how we can be active. But LinkedIn has played an amazing role for me, bringing 33, 30 institutes out of 33 is a great number as a.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely I will vouch for this particular platform. And social media is great. Only thing is you have to decide how you want to go about it. Like for example, now I have started my own academy in digital marketing. So one part where it will help me. Okay. Second part is if you are also planning to do your own career growth, then also social media will help you. So we will take that further in this discussion.
We will take it, yes, surely. There are many platforms in social media. Let me start by, first understanding which is a platform that educators can use for themselves. Like, I mean, the confusion start with whether it is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and many more. So how do one focus on the platform which is right for them?
So the answer is very simple. We have to focus on the fundamentals. So what do I mean by fundamentals? Let me tell you. So for example, when I was there 5 years back, for me it was corporate, like not over five, let's say 3, 4 years when I started my career. So corporate career or career was very important for me. Even as a trainer, career was very important for me. So in that case, I wanted to ensure I connect with a lot of universities, colleges, and institute. So in that realm, when I was wanting to focus on my career and work for other companies, definitely LinkedIn was a good bet and still is a good bet. If you're planning, because there is where your HR recruiters are, there is where your L&D departments are there who will come to you, correct? So if you're planning to work with corporates and universities, and this is a good place. Second, if you're planning to start your own academy, okay, or even if you're planning to start your own tutorials, tuitions, or even online tuitions for that matter, anything of that sort. Then where is your target audience? The retail people, like B2C is your target audience, right? And where is this audience? This audience is on Instagram. This audience is on Facebook. So in that case, I will focus on Instagram and Facebook. And nobody stops you from being on all these three platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, because there is where your audience. For example, I am a academy of college or school kids, for example, 8th, 9th, 10th. For example, I am an academy or I want to connect with these students. Then where are their parents? Where are these people? They are on Instagram, they are on Facebook, they are on YouTube. So I have to ensure I show my expertise over there. Now, if, for example, I am a corporate trainer, even individual freelance trainer, then where are my target audience? Who's going to hire me? My target audience is definitely on LinkedIn and maybe on YouTube and maybe on Spotify also as a podcaster. So based on you got to think.
So today's topic, we want to focus on brand building.
Sure.
So when we want to use social media for brand building, how do we create a brand using social media?
Great. So here I would like to talk, first of all, we have to ourselves evaluate ourselves and define our personality types. Now it will be like, oh, this is very vague. Why are we talking about personalities right now? I'll tell you. For example, maybe I am a trainer and I have a very fun personality and I like to educate people. Or else I am a trainer who is very serious. I like to educate and pack tools, trends, etc. Who am I? I have to first analyze myself and make a note out of it. Okay, because one thing is sure that we have defined that we want to be a trainer or a tutor and we want to reach out to the people, and we have also defined, like in the last question, which are the platforms we want to be. Now based on our personality type, we have to define why we have to define personality type is next step we have to define is a content bucket. Because what when we talk about social media, everything revolves around the content is the king here, content is the queen over here. So we cannot escape from building the brand when we are not thinking about content. So when you have to think your personality first, based on your personality, you have to draw, create your content bucket or content categories, what exactly you want to speak about. Okay, like example, as a digital marketing trainer, I can talk about the latest trends in digital marketing. I can talk about some tutorial videos I can create, how to work on this platform, how to work on that platform. I can talk about new tools that they can use. I can also talk about career growth opportunities. I can talk about motivational sessions for my students who are just looking out for career, etc. So I have to create these content buckets, and then I have to plan a chart for the whole month, for the whole year, etc. Be very structured, and then start building upon gradually, because brand building is a gradual activity. It's not going to happen day one. So first thing we discussed in first question was to define your target audience. Are they B2C or B2B? Second, you have to decide is what exactly is your platform, be LinkedIn, YouTube, or LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Third is you have to define your personality and content categories that you want to plan. And then fourth, you have to decide what exactly is the comfortable media for you. Is it like format for you? Is it a video? Is it just images? Is it only text, etc.? And then based on that, you will decide what exactly is a comfort level of your frequency also. Are you comfortable with your current work portfolio that you can only post 3 times a day, 3 times a week, every day a week? Okay, so how is you're going to put across in terms of frequency? So all these things to plan step by step. This will definitely help you in branding.
This was brilliantly explained. We talked about frequency. I think we need some more details about it, because there is always a confusion. How much is good enough? So something that you can share about how much is good enough for branding based on
Uh,
personality, yes, but still, if you can share some more insights
sure,
into this.
definitely. Let us first talk about one more fundamental. Like, let's talk about Instagram. What kind of reels run on Instagram, or what kind of content runs on Instagram? Let us talk about it. The only content that can run on these platforms is one which can get maximum time share of the consumer's life. I'll re-explain. For example, if you're
If
capable
you
of
can
doing,
also use if you can also, explain it as a normal language, I'm
yeah,
sure this
exactly. That's what I
technical
wanted to
language.
do.
Yes, please.
Sure, I'll explain that. That is the next time. So the simple language is, if your reel is getting maximum views in terms of quantity of views, plus if your reel is able to get maximum coverage in terms of complete watching of your video, like let's say your video or a reel is 60 seconds, then your reel should be capable that it is grabbing at least 60 seconds of attention of people. So that kind of reel will be pushed automatically more to new set of people by Instagram as a platform, because Instagram is also competing with YouTube, isn't it? YouTube is again competing with TikTok in the larger scale of global platform. So everybody is competing with each other. For what are they competing? They're competing for people's time share. YouTube says everybody should come and watch my shorts. Reels, Instagram says everybody should come and watch my reels. So if you're capable of getting people to watch your content, then Instagram says this is an account which is capable of getting me that. So let me focus on pushing their content more often. Because whatever be it, it always, there is a testing that happens. Let's say, like Jane, you post one reel. So it is shared, showed to some people. If those people quit it in the first 3 seconds, then maybe your content will not get those brownie points. But if your content is being watched completely, then you're getting like, you're getting comment, it's being saved, it's being DM'd, then your content is valuable not only for people but also for Instagram, and it will be pushed more often. So focus on content creation in terms of providing value to people rather than just simply focusing on frequency. It is okay if you're only posting 3 posts every week. Definitely okay. Just ensure it is valuable to people, number one. And number two, it should be posted at the same time every week. So if you're planning that every alternate day or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to post the content at 6 p.m. sharp, then post it at that time. So people will also get tuned to. I'm going to look forward to this, content by Jane.
Very interesting. Is there a logic why it should be posted at the same time? Because the remembrance of people who are surfing social media is very limited. Is there also a logic why maybe Instagram algorithm works on same quality time?
See, if you're not consistent, what will I'll tell you. I have played with these things. That's why I'm telling you. So, example, I had an Instagram channel just created for art and craft. Just to showcase people the art and craft. I used to post regularly at around 6:15. Gradually, my views started increasing. Then there was a little, because my mainstream business is not art, so there was a little lethargy in that, and I started posting at 7 o'clock, then 8 o'clock. Sometimes I used to post at 10 o'clock. That scrambled everything for me, and the number of views started reducing. And see, if you're consistent, of course, right, you are right. The remembrance of people is not there. I agree, no problem in that. But at least you will be dedicatedly posting X amount of content every now and then. And of course, you have to follow the pattern, which I'll talk in some time, like what are the trends, how you have to post, the technical aspect of it. We will talk about it. But before I complete that, to go to that, I'll complete this. See, we have to understand people today are binge watching.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, it's impulse based.
Right? Remembrance is not there. I agree. But let us say one thing. Maybe I went upon Jane's reel. Okay, today 7 o'clock. I was not somebody who was following her. I was in my explore section, and somehow my interest and behavior matched with the content which Jane is sharing. Okay, she is sharing something about trainers, and I'm a trainer. I was looking something about trainer. I stumbled upon the video. Now I like the video. Now what I do is I go to Jane's profile. I'm not following her. I'm just going to Jane's profile. I'm trying to see if she has more content related to that. But no, I'm not consistent enough, or I'm not producing a lot of content. Maybe there is only 5 reels available. What is the perspective which I will develop? ठीक है, अभी आएंगे, there's a new people. I don't know whether I should follow or not. Doubts. But same time I go there and I found 32, 35 valuable reels. There you go. I am watching at least 15 out of them. Now Instagram is also understanding कि मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है. I'm liking Instagram reel of Jane. So whether I'm following Jane or not, next time I go to the explore section of Instagram, Jane's reel is going to pop there. And if I'm consistent, it's going to consistently pop there every time you go to explore. That will give more visibility. And branding is what? It's ensuring that we are visible at the right to the right people at the right time and more often. Correct?
Yeah. So this gives me another question that I want to ask you. Is it a good strategy to have one account, one content type, or it's okay to have multiple type of content with the same account?
No, no, the first part is absolutely correct.
Okay.
One niche, one account. That is why I said I have almost 6 accounts on Instagram. So one is for my business, which is
Hmm.
converted into professional account. One is for myself, only me, where I don't put any personal photos. Usually, I only put it in stories, maybe just to show I am a human being. Rest all I show my personal account also to showcase my trainings. I talk about my various journeys and my training career, etc. I just post that. And then there is one more account I've created only for artwork. So definitely one account, one perspective is always better. Because what
Fantastic.
happens, you
Hmm.
remember I just told you that sometime back when people come to your profile and they
Yes.
see the videos and they've come to your profile thinking what you will tell them something nice about the training career.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
there it is. Jane is talking about her trip to some place in
Yeah. It
Rajasthan.
doesn't
Now
match.
that's my mindset. So the
Yes.
more less resonance we create, that is the better. There should be a
Hmm.
sync in everything. Basically, the consumer's journey should be seamless, or the
Hmm.
follower, or content, what do you call, absorber's journey should be seamless for the person.
Hmm. So it makes a lot of sense. If you want to create a brand, you focus on your topic at least in one account. You can have multiple accounts with different hobbies, but one account focused on one thing. So when we talk about educators, generally there are two things. One who are employed, working with school universities, and the other who are running their own shows. You know, so, how to create a different strategy for different profile?
Whenever you're planning about strategy, always think about your end users.
Hmm.
Okay, so for example, I want to be in corporates. I like to be in
Right.
city. I don't train that way. Like more about B2B. B2B means what? I'm setting institute to institute and I'm getting bulk, right? So who are the people who are going to hire me? Write down the designations. So there is L&D department people. There'll be, sorry, there'll be HODs of the universities. There'll be professors of the universities who will be saying that, hey, Jane, you're like talking very nicely about these things. Why did you come and train our students, our people?
Hmm.
There are also, private institutes like mine or some other institutes who are always wanting some trainers to join because nobody can run the show alone, right?
Hmm.
When you're running a big business in terms of training as well, nobody can run the show alone. So they definitely are looking for valuable trainers, experienced trainers. So where do I put across? So where do I find them? Okay, so I'll just go to LinkedIn and I'll put XYZ trainer, AWS trainers, JavaScript trainers, or motivational speaker. Okay, so that they can come and train in my corporates or come and train in my MBA colleges. So in that case, you should be on LinkedIn as a platform, and there you should showcase very professionally what exactly you're doing. Showcase in terms of your thought process. There is something called as article in LinkedIn. Very nice thing to put across, and LinkedIn supports that account very much. Write your articles, show your thought leadership. Then you can put videos, you can put photographs of whatever you have done training so far and build your brand on LinkedIn. Okay, definitely I have a nice article, I can share it with you on my blog,
Yes.
on my website, which is like 21 tips to improve your LinkedIn portfolio. So
Hmm.
it's not about sharing content, your portfolio can also be, the profile can be improved very well. You maybe guys can check that as well. Now
Hmm.
coming back to retail are the people, let's say I am a football coach, okay, and I have a small academy. Then where are the people? The decision makers are parents,
Hmm.
and the influencers are their friends and peers of the parents and their kids who are learning with you. Okay, you have to go to the realistic situation and figure out. Now, when the kid, let's say it's a seventh grade kid, definitely they're watching YouTube.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely they're watching Instagram. And my nice dribbling shots of football, some tricks and techniques in football pops there. And the kid likes it.
Hmm.
And in between, I also say, there is more trick I can teach you in my academy. What will the kid go and tell the parent?
Hmm.
Similarly, let me say you're a math tutor and you're teaching me mental math. Like even my small kid who is in third standard, sometimes I just like very busy. I put on YouTube and like, yeah, Siko, this is a math problem. Let learn this mental math trick, for
Hmm.
example. And there was this, teacher who was teaching her very nicely. And then in between, she also says, I'm also listening passively. And she says, we have an academy online, which is only for 3 times a week. I teach you mental math, Vedic math in 1 hour. Wow. Value addition, she's teaching something right now, and in between I'm selling. So you got to understand your consumers correctly, and you have to stick to those consumers.
Very good question. Very good answer, sir. When somebody's using social media for getting more more likes, connects, comments, is it important that they have to spend money?
Okay, I'll tell one thing, two things which I've observed. Let's talk only of Instagram. We can talk about YouTube also sometime later. So let's say I'm on Instagram, and there are 3 types of account you can create on Instagram. One is your personal account as an individual, which has high privacy levels. Second is your creator account, content creator account, which I will tell, like suggest all the trainers out here. You should have a content creator account. On and off, you should come across with value added content from your thought process and mind, definitely. And third is a professional account. So professional account is for business, where definitely you're looking for leads at a fast pace. You're looking at a lot of what do you call sales and traffic to your website, etc. So in that case, definitely we have to spend, because you've invested so much as a business. So you will be spending so that you can get fast pace. But if you are a trainer who is only looking for brand building and you have created a content creator account, I would suggest no need to spend. Rather, focus on bringing more valuable content, user trending songs, collaborate with some people, remix the reels. Okay, collaboration could be the great idea you can do is, like example, me and Jane can collaborate on this video, and on Instagram, we both can show the same reel of this clips of this particular video together. So that kind of things we can play, which is already present on Instagram. That will be very helpful. Okay. So why I tell you, if you start pumping money as a content creator also, the account will get used to it. And unless and until you pump money, it will not boost. So initially for first 6 months, try not to pump any money. Put it everything organically unless you are in real hurry that you want to achieve your goals in just next 6 months, something. That's not gonna happen. And I'm not telling you this from anybody's account. I'm in my experience. I have one account which is like completely paid. So abhi bina payment will not do something magical. Okay. The other account is not paid and it is to give me kind of good reach. And also I'm telling you from one, this is not coming from my, I'm also a trainer with other companies. Like I've trained Fevicryl art and craft teachers. There also we had one art and craft teacher who had more than 7,000 followers. She only said that abhi mere account mein, if I don't pump any money or boost it with hardly like 100 rupees at least, my account will not get me any, magic happening. So don't be very in much hurry. And also last point I would like to talk adding to this thing is, see, branding is a gradual process. It's going to take its turn. And if you're in marketing, you know there is a curve which is saying 13.5. If you reach X amount of people, then things start kind of giving you snowball effect and you will get better reach and better results. So for that only, I give you one example. You should have a lot of content which is useful on your profile, number one. Number two, initially, it will take a lot of effort to come to 10,000 people. But once, maybe it is taking 10 months to come to 10,000 people. But trust me, in the next 10 months, you will get 50,000. Are you getting what I'm talking about, the snowball effect?
So have patience and consistency for that.
Consistency. 10 months it will take to get 10,000. But in the same duration, you will get 40,000 more followers in the next 10 months. Because these 10,000 people are playing that groundwork or doing that groundwork. And meanwhile, you have a lot of good quality content also. And don't be hesitant of deleting your old content which you think is not doing great.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
like
that's
old
also
content,
fine.
not recent.
This gives me one more question. How is it okay to repeat the content?
Yeah, you can definitely repeat your old content. Like you only just pointed in this beginning that remembrance of the customer is not less. And let's talk about the content where it should be repeated and how much time it should be repeated. This should be definitely the content which is evergreen, which has got a lot of engagement for you, number one. And number two, see, reel is a format which will get you new acquisition, a new set of audience. Your stories and posts are for your existing set of audience. So the content which has done great job with the new audio, trending audio, put it on reel. because you know definitely ये काम करता है and this is proven to you. So maybe after 15 days or 20 days, put it on reel so that you can acquire new customers. But the existing people who already know, play with them on the stories factor. You should at least put 1 to, like people say, 2 to 5 stories every day, which is not possible. But at least try to put 1 to 2 stories every day for your existing customer so that you're on the top of their mind.
Let's see if we have any questions from audience. Sure. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and feel free to ask. We can take 2 questions.
Hi Jane, Ranjana here.
Hi Ranjana.
Hi Ranjana, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Thank you. Very fine. How about you?
Good. Yes, please. Your question.
Yeah, my question is like YouTube, is it one account, one channel, or multiple channels possible with one account?
Multiple channels
like
possible.
You said, no, we have different accounts for different kind of content. Like YouTube, I just had a doubt.
Definitely, same thing. Same thing. One channel, one topic of content. Like if I'm only talking about
No.
this.
From one account, is it multiple channels can be created? Yes. Or is it only one channel with one account?
You can create multiple channels using one Gmail ID.
Okay. All right.
Good
This
question.
is what I had.
Gmail. That's why.
Very good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other
Thank
question?
you.
Thank you, Ranjana. Thank you for asking.
Glad and grateful, Jane. Thanks.
You're most welcome. Okay, we can take one more questions. All right, so I have a question for you, Ashwini. Somebody who has not been keen on brand building, do you have any advice? Why is it important that brand building is like required? You know, as we say that these days, if you're not on website, you don't exist. So anything that you can share about why brand building is so important?
I'll tell you, one of my corporate friend. So she's doing great. Like she's in her early days of career in corporate. It's like 4th year of hers. I always tell my students also, and I've even told her, and start building content, start to, expressing on digital platforms your expertise. Now you will feel, oh, I don't want it, or it's not needed. मुझे कोई business नहीं start करना है, nothing. But tell me, the day, like, don't we get new ideas every now and then? Don't will our mind change after a few years of corporate career? We don't know. Like example, we all have been like Jane, you have been in corporate career. I had been in my corporate career. Like moment everybody has in their life when they're like, now enough, I want to do something of my own. And at that point, then you will say, now I want to build my brand. Then it will be what? My business is starting right now. I want to build my brand. I did not create it gradually. Then is it possible to leverage? No. But imagine, like I was in my corporate career. I started my LinkedIn account when I was in engineering. It was just to play. I am from the Jamana of Orkut. Okay. So it was just for play. I just created my LinkedIn account. Gradually, I started connecting. And I was connecting on LinkedIn for the sake of job opportunities. And then I started even pumping a couple of content. I used to ensure my profile is very nice, everything. And then gradually all the connections built 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 5 to 4. And on LinkedIn, it's like a brand for me where I can leverage for whatever business requirements I have. So don't think that now I don't want to do it. Definitely you might require it later. See, even in your career, let's say I'm talking from the corporate perspective, a person who rises a hierarchy of manager, he will become a director, he will become CEO, for example. Trust me, when CEO puts something on his account, no, it gets more mileage than the normal regular page. Especially on LinkedIn as well. So it can happen in Instagram also. When a brand gives you a tip, every time there is a feeling, yeah, maybe there is something hidden. But when this individual person gives a tip, that's more accepted. So I always tell, even to my, as a consulting job when I do, I tell people, whenever you're working for a client, ensure their top management's profile are also updated, polished, and promoted. And I'm not telling it from my experience. I was doing one this particular company was into financial domain. They are into forex and stuff and everything. They had presence in 6 different countries. Okay, and they were also doing great job on LinkedIn. They were like the marketing team was working, etc. And one of the 6 founders, she just started doing a random talk, and she posted something on LinkedIn, and then that led to some chat. Trust me, it gave a big deal of business to her.
That
Okay,
makes
so
a lot
you
of
as
sense.
a
Yeah.
founder member or you as a senior member, senior management can pull a lot of benefit to your company. So example, we have principal here, example. So a principal can pull a lot of opportunities for her schools just by her simple profile.
So
Okay, it'll
it's
be
for everyone, whether you realize the need or not, it
everyone.
brings the benefit.
Yes, trust me, in the long run, it will. This is something which I'm not talking from my 13 years of experience. I'm talking about others' experience also, which I have come across in my journey.
Thank you, Ashwini. Thanks for sharing your expertise. I'm sure it is very useful, very insightful.
Jane have one more question, if I'm
quick,
allowed to ask.
I think we are running short of time, so I'm sorry, but we'll park your questions to Ashwini offline, and we will take it ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you,
thank you.
Ashwini, for being with us and sharing your expertise. Anything that you would like to share with us before we wind up?
Definitely. One thing is be consistent, understand the platforms, understand your target audience, understand your personality, your comfort zone when you're creating content. The reason is if it's not in our comfort zone, we become little lethargic because it's not in our comfort zone. So we don't be consistent then. And also I have one webinar coming up on 27th April, 11 a.m. To 12:30. It's a 90 minutes free webinar. Just talking about how we can use AI in today's social media, wherein it can fast forward the things for you in terms of content production, planning, strategizing, etc. Everything. We will be having live demonstrations in that particular webinar. And this is by my company called The Digital Tree, where we run a proper full-fledged digital marketing course. And that too, we have priced at 1/3 of the whole market price so that we can get to more women. And especially, I give a call out to via you guys to all the women who have taken a sabbatical and want to come back to the industry. They can. So this, especially the course is for them.
That's
so
wonderful.
To pass the word. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashwini, for sharing this detail. And we are planning short session on LinkedIn, how we can enhance our LinkedIn profile. So I will share more details about that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being on the this event, and thank you for sharing your expertise, Ashwini. We will see you next week with another topic on brand building, and that will be week 4 for our series of brand building. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jane and Ashwini both. Thank you.
Thank you, Hina.
Get back to you soon. Yeah.